So, yeah, it's time for some blah, 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 blah. So, I haven't had a chance to be on as much as I'd like to be, especially with some of the sort of shit I've been stirring up with the Life Regenerator and his fans, and that, in general, that whole consciousness. So, I've actually been really busy with my studio. I'm totally rebuilding it, and just to give you an idea of how hard I'm working, I basically have had to quickly take my studio apart 3 times, twice for a fire and once this time for the carpenter was coming the next day, which we had a different schedule, and so I needed to get it all sort of out of there. And so it takes 8 hours for me to totally take my studio somewhere else. And in this case, it was in my living room, and it can take up to 8 months to put it back together. And it's not like just something, it's crazy. And I'm actually going to start, I have a camera now again, and I'm going to start talking in there because I really like the vibe I've gotten in there. It's kind of turned into a sanctuary that my studios used to be when they were smaller. And my collection of synthesizers and gear and all that kind of stuff with what I do with that world has gotten so huge. So that's where I've been. Anyways, and so I would like to be on more, and it's like I tend to be a kind of a focused person, and I want to get up in the morning and do my stuff, my wholesome, healthy wellness, blah blah blah, and then I just like to like sort of do a work day. So that's what I've been doing, and I hadn't had a chance to get on here, but I've been thinking about what I've been saying and the fact, like, I get very few dislikes with my blogging, and I get quite a lot of hits. And actually, there's a lot of people who I think are a little more important than me that don't really get that many hits. So, anyways, I'd like to think that that's just my sort of outspokenness, my well-roundedness, and I realize kind of where I'm at now of how I'm seeing. A lot of journalists in music and really shaped music, especially if they really loved the music. And like, yes, they loved a certain genre of music, but they also criticized people. And sometimes the things that they said and done, although they maybe liked a person that they gave a bad review to, but they did help shape music. And I really, I'm being a journalist here with my point of view on this. I've been into raw food for a long, 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 long time, and I totally love it. And by the way, let me just address a few things. Rui27 had said to me that I've abandoned or had problems with the raw food diet. I definitely haven't. Like, if you could point out to me where I said that, I would like to know. I don't know everything I said, and I know a lot of times I don't finish sentences and stuff, and so maybe something was sort of one of my little broken ways that I right brain communicate, blah, blah, blah. And as well as click switch, I think it is, and I'm not looking at a screen or anything, I'm just sort of doing this stuff from memory. I do have a really great memory, which is a great sign of like really good explosive gene. But click switch said something about that, green juice is a good thing, and blah, and this kind of thing. And overall, yes, I'm all about that. Like, yes, I have no disagreement with the general unhealth of people, and doing that on a level. But some of these conditions get so specific because of maybe a genetic defect or an accident or some kind of chronic degeneration, or where that's not the whole overall collapse of the body, which is basically sort of the body's ability to use the word respirate, like with the cells, with the ability, like basically if a cell can't take in good stuff, then it can't put out bad stuff. And so basically what you're doing is handling the whole body and giving it like this sort of overall tonic that gets everything moving again, the electricity, the fluids, because we're not like a old musical instrument. We are actually more like, what I was thinking, and this is a sort of a weird thing with me, is because raw foodist, I've tried to play synthesizers at raw food festivals and things like that a lot, and I've gotten a lot of shitty criticism from fuckers that sit there and try to act like, oh, electronic music is not natural, it's not real instruments, it's not like us. And so we are actually more like a synthesizer. We're not like a computer, because a computer is like you got to put software in. You know, we have like things that are called, well, like dedicated parts, and then there is some software elements to us as well, but we are more like you know, sort of a kind of a technology. So blah blah blah. Done with that. But that's the overall. You're just cleaning out the circuits with the green juice, and that's what's wrong with a lot of people overall. And be that sort of digestion, where you're not respirating in there, where you're just kind of clogged up, and that deals with like a lot of things like absorbency and all that kind of stuff. And then, anyways, I'm not against green juice, but when you have specific conditions, it's just like there's things that need to be considered that are not general. Candida, for one. Anybody that is making some kind of suggestion that you should take fruit or anything that's sugar or anything the body turns into sugar. And my big thing that I like a lot is Body Ecology Diet. That is basically this protocol, but there's other stuff too that does this. Gabriel Cousens has an outline of this. In fact, that's, as I said, that's the first book I read. No sugar. You know, and in general, Candida is sort of a, and please understand that I'm not a scientist. I come at health from the point of view of having this really great memory that I have, of having intuition, of working with the heart, because a lot of you people, the way you keep wanting to box things is you're too in the head. And the head sort of processes and is very scientific. And the spot where you can sort of work more intuitively is in the middle. And this is the middle chakra. So, generally into green juice, yeah. But these sort of specific conditions that a person arrives at, Candida, let's address that one the first thing. It's not going to work with this fruit eating, or, you know, no sugar, or any kind of a substance that the body turns into sugar. So it's really beyond that, you know, just not taking in. And there are a few fruits that you can do, and there is the sweetness that you can get from easily a good stevia extract. You can kind of go with some of the leaf dried thing, but not quite as good as just, it's amazing how really developed over the last, just in the last 6 months, some new insights on using stevia with some of my heavy spices and stuff like that. And so really this diet is not that off. And it's one thing that I do want to talk about is, and I'm smiling, do you see that? That was a slight smile there. Is some of these people, Dan and other people that had said to me that, oh, these no fruit people seem like they don't smile. Like, that sounds like something a fucking addict would say. Trust me, I smile in so many ways you wouldn't even believe. So, anyway, so the other one, and that's all, again, Body Ecology Diet, Rainbow Green Diet by Gabriel Cousens, and I'll try to go over all this. I'm just crazy time right now for me. So, and then the other one is this pain issue. And there's no goddamn way that raw vegan would work for fucking pain at all. Because that's the issue that you're getting into, or the low-fat vegan. That's the issue that you're getting into with why that makes people fail, and the nerves and the electricity of the body, which is not totally the nerves, but it has a main channel, and the way that these communications sort of protect themselves, shield themselves like wires. Like you have shields on your wires in your wall. You have that in your body too. And that's very much related to fat in a way that I don't think we understand totally yet. Like these macronutrients, they don't make any sense. Like you shouldn't even talk about no fat. That's a bunch of crap, because you need to break it down. Like there's omega-3s that are real important, and then there's the sort of initial ones, and then I personally think with everything there's still micronutrients that we really don't know about, and these sort of magical things called like a growth factor and stuff like that are just like, we haven't unlocked that secret yet. And so no way with low fat vegan, you definitely should be eating more like rich fat foods to sort of build up the nerve area where the pain is at. definitely the omega-3s, and I had severe pain myself. So, anyways, you know, with that and good oils, and then definitely like the whole like raw food that like this guy is into, Dan, and some of these other guys like Cool Vegetarian that are like kind of like no supplements. It's like no way on pain with that. You got to have MSM. You got to be taking mineral supplements. You got to be getting all that stuff in there that builds the body. And you know, and then the expensive stuff that all you guys crap on David Wolf for. Definitely need that. Need a magnetic bed and a grounding sheet. And excuse me, I'm talking fast and I'm trying to get a lot of stuff in here, so don't think that I'm just crazy. But you need the bed stuff, the grounding sheet, which is $200 for a kit. And then, you know, you need to just really bite it off with and get the magnetic bed. That's why I look different now. Like, and I want to point that out to a lot of you. I'll address this, and I've had a lot of things happen to me. And anyways, and overall, I'm coming up on a year of sleeping on magnetic bed, which is like so amazing. I invested $2,000 into that, and they actually take payments on it. And so I had to change my lifestyle. It's like a lifetime investment. It cost me $298, you know, and that was with the shipping and everything. $298 for 6 months, and I got it. And that's like something that's definitely a pain thing. Gotta have that. And so it's out of the league of like, yes, I'm into the raw diet, I'm into the green juice and all that, but it's just where I'm a critical guy of all of this is just that it's not complete. It's not complete. You know, you got to consider the fats. There's ways that you got to supplement. Minerals are a problem with just being. Minerals are going to become more and more of a problem, and there's not enough that people know about with them, and all of that kind of stuff. And then even probiotics. All you people are not following. All you like people like Dan the Man and Cool Vegetarian, and all you guys that think that your whole little simple thing is good. You don't talk about probiotics at all. That's your list of 5 important things to do. Bullshit. Because number 1 should be probiotics. Absolutely. And on that note, I am coming up with my Jing Master checklist. I've been working on how I'm going to do that. That's going to come up later. And I will tell you that my number 1 thing for the Jing Master checklist, I'm not telling it right now, is probiotics. Because that'll change your life. You can totally live on a normal standard American diet and take hardcore fucking interest in probiotics, and you won't believe how much your health will go up. Anyways, good luck editing this fucking video together, motherfucker. What is the musical selection is, Legowelt. I'm working on my studio, and I have a lot of commonness with this guy, Danny Wolfers, or Danny Wolfers. I'm forgetting my Dutch right now, or how to like properly say stuff. Legowelt, which means Lego world, meaning the blocks. He likes his music is like adventures, he says. And I love his music. It's a kind of music that I don't really care for when I hear anybody else doing this genre, which is like kind of house, electro, sort of influenced by Detroit, Chicago techno that went down in the late 80s, early 90s, minimalist stuff. I was never really into this stuff kind of at all, except that I was happy that it was being done because I was just a lover of electronic music. Like somebody just loves the guitar, somebody just loves the piano. I love electronic music. So even though there's music that I maybe wouldn't listen to, I'm very into it because I'm a supporter of electronic music in general and the freedom that it gives the artist. And that's definitely done this with Danny and his Legowelt project. And this track I'm recommending is called Stromvogel. That's Dutch, of course. That's on his first Bunker release. Really hard to get his stuff because most of it's been released on Bunker. This guy has a totally different approach to music. He's really doing it for the love of music. And it is hard to get his music because most of it's been released on vinyl, although most of it's all over YouTube. And it is this house electro sound, but I like it because I can hear the serious European influence in there where he's sounding kind of like some sort of German influence and much more concern than just like sort of sticking a beat up for people to dance to. It's actually got some this sort of artiness to it. So Stromvogel by Legowelt. Tsunami, you're probably glad I recommended this finally.